Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me in one of the most magical places in the world, the Grand Tetons. This is not a fake backdrop, it's real. Yep. Every time I come to the Tetons, I'm reminded about my passion for photography, the outdoors, for living on the road, and I'm so grateful that I took a chance to chase my dreams. More and more these days, the community of what we like to call digital nomads is growing. People who are able to take their jobs to the road and do what they love from wherever they want. For a lot of these digital nomads, the job they're taking to the road is also their passion or their hobby. For me, it's photography. When I had a more traditional 9-to-5 job, there was a clear separation between my work life and my home life. Now that I'm living on the road though, it's kind of all the same thing. Now don't get me wrong, I love my job. Everybody should strive to make the thing they love their job. But it also means that what I used to do for fun is now what I do as a means of survival, and that adds a whole different kind of pressure. For me, I realize the job taking over when I get up for sunrise because I have to rather than because I want to. I find I'm often editing photos on a deadline rather than editing on my own time. And when I take an image, I'm often thinking about how that image can serve others rather than just serving myself. I'm definitely willing to put up with these stresses because it means I get to do what I love for a living. But anyone in my position needs to be aware of the risk of losing your passion because you have to do it rather than because you want to do it. So, how do I keep this passion alive? Personal projects. So I have a couple of fun things I like to do. When I lived in Austin, I used to shoot a lot of studio portraits and really enjoyed it. If I'm ever on the road with friends who are willing to get in front of the camera for me, I'll pull out my studio lights and create a portrait of them. I've also got Kendrick around who will, albeit reluctantly, get in front of the camera for me. Another thing I like to do is to work with other photographers. There is nothing that gets my creative juices flowing more than watching another photographer do their art and pulling inspiration from that. Always work with your fellow artists and always push for their success. All right, let's talk about personal projects. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret I've been keeping for a couple of months. A while back, Kendrick and I had an idea for how we could mix my creative photography with his satirical humor. We started an Instagram account called Man Bun Yoga. Kendrick's got a man bun and has no idea how to do yoga. We decided we'd take these epic pictures of Kendrick doing yoga in really beautiful places. This style is totally out of the norm for me, so it lets me be creative and it lets Kendrick be super hilarious with the captions he puts on each post. So if you want to check out some cool pictures and have a good laugh, check out Man Bun Yoga on Instagram. And last but not least, these videos. This is another way I keep my passion alive. I am a still photographer, I'm not a videographer, and I've never claimed to be very good at it. In fact, my very first video blog was filmed completely on my iPhone. But I find a certain amount of enjoyment from creating these video blogs. They take a lot of work and they certainly don't pay off for the amount of time it takes me to make them, but I really enjoy them. And that's how I'm keeping my passion alive. So whether you're one of my fellow digital nomads or if you're living a more conventional lifestyle, make sure you're doing something for you so that you can keep your passion alive. Here's to working a little less and playing a little more. Love and light. Here comes the sun, da-na-na-na.